Tonight's guest is a master clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive, and her name is Sid, and thank you for being here.
That's a pleasure. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
Yeah, and I was
fun.
very impressed with seeing how you read people, because I went to a little thing last night to just kind of check you out, and it was great. And you're not like these fortune tellers on the street saying do this and this.
Oh, thank God.
No, because you're making people work in their own psyche to understand where they are in their lives.
Yes.
That word psychic is so weird. It makes you like a fortune teller. But who you really are and the potential you have, I know is something we all have.
Who I really am?
Yeah. Tell me who you really are.
This is really, gosh, that is so great that you just brought that up. A number of years ago, I was having deep conversations with God and the universal source, and they made it really clear that they wanted me to know who I am and what my purpose here was, other than just coming here to shift and change the world. And I thought, okay, who am I? Who am I really, and what am I here to be, and what am I here to do, other than being a psychic? Psychic and clairvoyant and stuff is just a tool that I use, okay? It's a tool. But I thought about the process inside of myself, and I thought, okay, who I am is a possibility of spiritual enlightenment for all human beings.
I love that. That's who I am.
Isn't that the best?
No, but how are you that? I mean, I am
collectively that always.
But how?
Using my psychic ability.
Yes.
Using my writing, using my being on radio, being on TV, being 100% available, but always holding that sacred space of every human being that I come in contact with. And it's funny because you were watching me work the other day, and individuals that come into my space because I hold that energy system for them, for their changes, for their growth, for their enlightenment. When people meet me, they need to touch me. They want to be around me, and they will shift their life. They will change. If I meet somebody in 7-Eleven, for God's sake, and I talk to them, and all I have to do is look at them and have just a very brief conversation, that person's world will change for the rest of their life.
Now, why and how does that happen?
Because I can see and feel and hold true to their highest power. Always.
You connect to their highest power, to their soul contract of their highest good, and you help connect them to that.
And they immediately start evolving. They immediately change their life. And people will come years and years and years later. They don't even have to have a session with me. They will come years later and they say, Sid, I met you for 5 minutes one day. We just had a brief conversation, and because of you and that moment changed my life. I don't even know what I say to them that would change that, other than, how's your day? You know, people I don't know, it's like, gosh, thank you for helping me today. You know, clerks at different restaurants or different things, you know. But by me touching them or being in that energy, I can have a room, literally, a restaurant, and we've played with it before. I can stand up and I can tell people at my dinner table, watch people when I walk by, everyone will turn their head. And they will, because I'll immediately connect.
But saying that does sound like an ego thing, but I know it's not, because I think...
No, but then I can say, watch.
Yes.
Then I can say, watch. Now I'll walk again. I'll walk the exact same path, and not one person will look at me, because it's a disconnection.
But that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to, not you, the personality that comes through.
No.
That's the part I want to kind of understand or realize, that because the personality is the vehicle for this other thing that does touch people.
Correct.
And that's
correct. It's not me.
No, it's not you. And
it's just a connection. It's the universal connection coming through me. I am an open vehicle all the time for the universe to flow love through me.
I get that.
I just throw love. And so if I touch you and it shifts your life, because your body will go, I can feel that from that person. You know, sometimes we'll meet somebody and we'll hug them, or we've known a friend for such a long time, and we embrace them and we're connected to them. We're really connected. We go, I just had the best moment with that human, because all of our defenses, all of our abilities to stay separate are gone. And that's the only thing we're trying to do, is be connected.
I want to understand this part. So you have your personality, obviously. It's a beautiful personality. And then you have this other part that is connected.
Constant.
Yeah. So people look at the personality, they see the personality, but they're also being connected to this other level that they aren't aware of.
Correct.
But are you aware of it, or are you just the vehicle for the connection to the source to come through? But you are conscious of it.
I'm conscious of when I'm doing that. Absolutely. There are times where my energy needs to stop doing that for a little while, and for me just to be connected to source for a while.
For yourself?
Just for myself. And my energy shifts immediately. People, my friends and family and people that know me well can see that. They're like, "Where'd you go, Sid?"
So you pull back, you connect to the source, or you pull back that part?
So that I can go directly aligned to them. And then I feel all the knowledge that I have to have, and then I can come back and then I can share that out again.
So the question I have for a lot of people like you, a lot of masters and teachers, it's like, why can't the personality dissolve, and can't we live in that space of that divine connection without all this other stuff?
We absolutely can as we continue to evolve, but it's important. It's like kindergarten through 12th grade. We have to go through all those levels so that we learn in order to get to that other place. Once you're a master, you can do that at all times. I don't have to have a personality at all, just a vehicle or a tool.
So what's stopping you from being that?
The 4th grade is really important.
Right, of course. You need
and 7th grade is really important. So because we have all levels here, all humans are all different levels all the time. So we have to nurture those ones, those babies, those kindergartners and stuff like that. And we're all on the process of growth. But it's funny, so many people think that we should all be on the same level.
Right. Or that just function on that level, because some people actually...
But then on that level, we'd have other levels again. So it's the same. So it becomes the same.
But so people of course get stuff from the personality because they can only hear it through a personality.
True.
And then other people say, okay, let's forget the personality, I just want that direct connection. It depends what grade they're in, right?
Yes.
And so I think, though, it's possible to have a planet where everyone's at 12th grade, let's say, or, everyone's graduated and can live in that harmony. That's my vision of reality. That's
the point, is that if we're all aligned and if we all recognize that we all are one another, that we really are 100% capable. We are 100% capable. Not one person is greater or less than anyone else. And when we all tap into that universal source of knowing that love that's within us and being able to accept it, which we talked about, and we have to be able to see who we are and accept it. And when we become our bountiful self, little kids do it all the time.
So is there anything in the way for you? What do you see is your process? What's in the way for you to, if you want to share that?
I don't do the human form well. I don't do earthbound laws well. I don't reside in them. I'm governed by the universal laws, not the earthbound laws. So earthbound laws of daily living and Monday through Friday 9-to-5 jobs or different, just as examples like that, are very painful for me. And I'm not any good at them. And nor, honestly, I really don't want to be any good at them. I have so much other stuff to do.
Right.
And I'm here to help humanity live bountifully and huge by being human the best way that they can. And the dichotomy of all that is that I don't do human really well.
I get that. No,
So,
you're here for
does that
service.
make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're happiest when you're being used as a vehicle for service.
And my whole being gets very, very, I go into a human state and get upset and if I'm not being used. I get very upset and it hurts my feelings that I karmically contracted to be here to serve. I have 100% knowledge. There's not 1 ounce of me at any moment in my entire being that I am not 100% taken care of here.
You know that. You know, and that's
know it.
true of everyone, but you know it.
My world has been completely upheaved, and I am always taken care of.
Beautiful.
The universe always provides always. God never leaves me.
And
they
so
don't
good.
leave
That's such a good
anyone
thing.
else
You're
either.
right. You're so good.
But everybody else gets afraid of that. They're afraid, well, how do I know for sure I'm getting that over there? How is it going to get better over there?
But then you look at people who are starving in Africa, the cliche, but they are. And that's probably what they need on a soul level, is what you people say.
Yes.
And they're completely taken care of on that level. But we're not there. We're here, and we're here to get the most that we can out of
that
as
much as possible. Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
I think that's really good. That's just when you said that, I got that. You really do know that.
I know that.
And
there's nothing, I know
and
that.
I suspect it.
And,
But you know.
and that's the thing that I want to teach people. I want to be able to share that with people, that they're taken care of. It's all gonna be okay. We can go through some hard times, but if we change our mind to what our soul's doing, then we understand it. We understand who we are. We understand our trials. We understand our tribulations. We understand that evolution process. So sometimes life is hard. Downright, sometimes life is hard. Sometimes life is wonderful. Your soul should guide you. Your mind should not guide you. Your emotions should not guide you. Your soul should. And when you're recognizing that your soul is guiding you, your heart and your mind aligns to that, and your life becomes very, very good.
So your soul has come here to evolve to its highest potential, to learn as much as it can.
Continual, always.
In this life.
In all lives, yes.
In all lives. And so what is in the way of us achieving that? I think I asked this before.
Our mind.
Oh, I see.
Our minds.
The mind.
Our soul has an evolution process. It will do what it needs to do. And our minds get stuck in it. Our minds get confused in it. It's kind of like what I was just saying. If you want a truck because your mind's fixated on this truck, and your soul's saying, it's okay, we have something else for you, and you'll cling to that truck, you'll cling to it, because you're like, no, I really want this one.
Right. We get attached to the idea.
And
you're saying there's a Ferrari over there.
And it's
but
like,
I'm
hello,
saying,
there's a Ferrari.
oh,
but
I want my little
But I
truck.
have to have my truck.
I see. We do that all the
We
time.
do that all the time.
I want my Ferrari. Where is it?
Exactly.
Okay, so
and see, I'm
what
the
do
person that goes, oh, you have a new car for me? Okay.
But you're also the person that says, you know what? There's a Ferrari over there. There's something bigger than what you have to let go.
What I have now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your job is just convincing them to let go of the truck.
Well, because that's what's making them miserable.
Right.
Is the attachment to the truck that's keeping them stuck. Most people that are stuck, it's because they had an idea or a vision or a plan or something in their mind that they thought that they wanted to do or wanted to have, and they won't let it go. It's like, honey, if you just let that go, we got something better for you over here.
So your great work as a facilitator to show people that their life is wonderful, and it's what
that they're beautiful and they deserve a good life.
And that's what they're here for.
And if they make those changes, listening to their soul and change their thoughts about their own perception about their life, because we just have to change a perception about our life. It's still your life. You still did it. Your whole life is not going to all of a sudden become someone else's, you know. Literally, if you just change how you're perceiving it, your whole world becomes completely different. And that's why people come to me, so that they can get a new perception.
Right, and you hold their hand a little bit, just, you know.
But they need to know God's perception, that universal knowledge perception.
Well, their own God self, what they wanted for their
They
self,
did it.
their highest vision.
Yeah, they did it.
And it's always the best, in a way.
It is.
And we have a hard time believing that we could be that good to ourselves.
You know, it's so funny. I watch so many people, you know, they have huge tragedies in their life. Oh my gosh, I remember when my brother died, or I remember when such and such happened. And then I'll say, okay, what good came out of it?
Yeah.
And they'll remember the tragedy, that something huge and good and significant came out of it. Because they had to go through that tragedy to reconnect with their other sister, or their mom, or their this, or their that.
Soul.
Or their soul. Or all of a sudden, they become a doctor because of it. It's significant. There's reasons they set those things up. It's good.
Right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for being a guest here. I've been talking to Sid, and you can reach her at sidinternational.com.
Yep.